let's continue on with our Secret Empire tie-ins with Secret Empire Brave New World, issue number 4. Out of all the tie-ins and stuff for Secret Empire, I have to say Brave New World has always been one of my favorites. Get 3 stories within the issue for only $3.99. Can't beat that. 3 separate little issues. Typically, you always have the Namor as well as 2 other miscellaneous things. Well, let's start off with our first one, and then we have Misty. She's in Adams Country, Indiana, and she's kicking some Hydra butt, as we can see in this page. And it goes off, her talking to the mother about how, the Hydra there was trying to take her daughter because she's inhuman. And Misty's like, okay, I'll get her to safety. So she's driving out to safety, and of course, the car breaks down. When who should show up but Mech? And he's there and fixes up the car, and 3 of them kind of head off and in his car, and they leave her car with the Hydra agent that was in the trunk back in the desert. So we get there, and all of a sudden, police show up and start trying to, get them to pull over and take them down. When, of course, there was a big boom, crash, and explosion. And, of course, all of these people are coming out of the woodworks and like, whatever, those cosplayers, or who are they? And in the Mojave Desert, we see that basically they take them to their queen. Look at this gal over here. Isn't she pretty? Yeah, so she's in charge of this area, it seems. And it kind of goes over, between Oregon and Maine and Arizona, basically going all throughout the place where Misty is, helping people out, and along with Mech. When, of course, it's time for her to find her people. And who should show up but a hawk? Wonder who's that could be. Maybe, or not a hawk, a falcon. So, a falcon, so obviously it's, Sam's. Alright, so we get into our next story, New Titan. We have Emma Frost, and she's on the red carpet walking, and everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Get a picture with me over here, take a picture. When, of course, she starts to hear, what I want to say, somebody, mind that they're for the underground and done with this regime, and, they don't like what they're seeing. When, Tatiana shows up, and she, everybody wants to get her picture. And, of course, some guy comes out with a gun to try to take out Emma, and Emma stops him, and then Tatiana, she gets kind of possessed or whatever, and turns into like a volcano type of creature, and wants to take Emma down. When Emma has experience, and takes her down, and we see that she's like, oh my gosh, I gotta be more on top of my game. So she goes ahead and basically wipes everybody's mind and starts walking the red carpet all over again like it was the first time. Alright, so then we back into Atlantis. Alright, so we got our little Namor story here. And of course, Hammond and Torso are back in jail, as we can see. And Namor is upset because people aren't supporting him, and there's been a lot of people trying to assassinate him. And it goes in here, he's talking about how, he's upset with people not doing what they're supposed to be doing for their king. And they announce, remember, Namor, she was caught, Namor was caught by Namor, and she wanted to be executed. And they sent out the call that people can come and witness the execution in an hour. And of course, he's talking about, his thoughts and, how wonderful Atlas is and all this great stuff. And he's like, oh, wait, forgive me, I should do reflection to myself where it belongs. And, he's getting up there on stage to behead his cousin. As you can see, he's got the sword up, getting ready to slice off her head, and all of a sudden a trident from out of nowhere comes through the air and stabs Namor in the chest. And all of a sudden, all these people are around Namor taking him down. And he's just yelling, stop, obey your king. And Hammond and Torso, they're back in the prison cell, and somebody shows up to break them out. And we don't know who, but they're getting ready to be broken out. And of course, our last page there is Namor, stop this, I am your king, I am your... And of course, they're taking him down. And that concludes that portion of the story. Can't wait to see Secret Empire Brave New World issue number 5 to see what's going to be happening with that storyline. Alright guys, that's it for today. Stay tuned to our next video because we got a lot more planned, a lot more coming up, a lot of great Secret Empire stuff to talk about. Remember, Hailing Hydra, cut off 1 head, 2 more shall take its place.